Welcome to the Pink Tool Girl Studio. My name is Sandy and I will be your host each week for a show that details DIY, home improvement, and home decor projects where we can find out how to get the right tool for your project. Hey, my name is Sandy.
I'm Hannah.
And together we make Pink Tool Girl. And today we have a wonderful new series for you that we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics in the world.
That's right, it's paint time. And I had no idea how much knowledge you could have, or that there was knowledge to be had about paint until I met Sandy and came into her home. So you are in for a real treat. I'm really excited to have you learn the things that I learned and make it a little easier for my DIY world.
So we went back and forth about what we actually wanted to cover with this series, and I think we narrowed it down to 4 main things that we pretty much get the most questions off of the blog and our different social media platforms. The first one is, how many types of paint are there? So when you first started out, what kind of paint did you think there was?
So when I hear paint, I think painting walls. So I think, you know, the gloss or the satin or eggshell, and to be honest, I think I know what those mean, but I honestly say them just to sound smart. So I thought about that, and then the new trend is chalkboard paint, so that's about all I knew.
And then when she was like, oh, I want to do this in chalkboard paint, I was like, wait, chalk or chalkboard paint? Two very different things that we are going to talk about throughout this series. But let's go ahead and do a rundown. We have latex paint, which, yes, is your general wall paint that you were talking about, that most people know. Big box store you go in, or there are definitely the different standalone stores, and we're going to go in great detail with that. The next one we talked about was chalk paint and chalkboard paint. 2 different kinds. We'll go into detail about it. If you don't know the difference between those, or you're kind of curious, you're not sure what you should paint with them,
it's a big difference. Not crucial to the fact that you can't use either. It's just that you need to use them in a specific term for a specific outcome.
Exactly. And that's the thing that, like, some people get tripped up over. There is milk paint, which...
No, it does not have milk in it.
No, and it's a crazy kind of paint. It's like powder and water. And Miss Mustard Seed, which is a friend of mine, her blog is amazing, and I haven't gone on there in a while, and she's definitely been venturing out into different things. But she has a whole line of milk paint, which I love, and we'll talk about the different blog projects that are...
We'll even put a link down in the YouTube video so you can check it out.
Definitely. There's specialty paint, which is like your accents, your home decor, the way that you can customize your home.
It's not just about color, it's about kinds of paint.
Exactly. And the last one that we will touch on is texture paint. If you've got walls like our walls in this home that were lath and had wallpaper on it, sometimes a good paint, it just still doesn't cover up the... And so therefore texture is really good thing. So that's the what types of paint, how many types of paint there are. The second video that we're going to do is what things can you paint?
Yes.
So what's your...
I didn't really think about the fact that all these things could be painted, or I think about, oh my word, I wouldn't paint that, or what if I ruin it? And I come into Sandy's home and I think there's just going to be wall paint, and literally, this is not an exaggeration, I think 75% of her home is painted.
I think so.
The most attractive way. You think, oh my goodness, you're just going to paint things? No, it's not like that. It can really spruce up your home.
And especially if you didn't want to spend, like, the whole reason I started doing it was because I had a whole lot of old things from an old apartment that I still love. They had good bones, and one of my friends who first turned me on to all this, she was like, why don't you paint it? And I thought, why not? You know, I've had it for 20 years. I've already gotten my money out of it. Now, I still just like the purchase.
Right.
So let's go ahead and paint it. Yeah. So as she said, I'll paint anything. And then, so we're going to do a whole sequence on what to paint, with what kind of paint, and what to expect with the outcome of it, the usability of it, because it does change depending on what kind of paint you're going to use.
In each video, we're going to focus on walls first, and then we're going to focus on furniture, and you'll be surprised. The furniture is what got me, so please watch that video. Walls, furniture, specialty, and through all of those, we're going to talk about brands and things like that as well.
Exactly. So we'll talk about the brands that I use, the brands that I highly recommend brands that maybe I don't use often because it's maybe a different style of painting, but still a good brand. So we have just a plethora of ideas for you. If you want to spruce up your home and you don't know what to do and you don't want to go out and buy all these things, sometimes what you have can be repurposed with a little bit of paint. So.
Expensive and custom don't have to go together. It can be custom affordably.
Exactly.
This is a perfect example of that.
Exactly. Now, for some of you, when we do get into prices of paint, you might think, oh, that was not affordable. And that's okay. Take a deep breath. We're going to try to reach all of you at some point and give you some ideas that you can do for your home. So join us, and we'll look forward to seeing you in this series.
See you soon.